Welcome back to Tiempo. Love and war, two of the most powerful themes in theater, and a new stage performance that just debuted showcases both themes in a romantic and even a heartbreaking story. Soldier's Song tells the story of Jose, a Puerto Rican soldier who enlists to serve the U.S. in Iraq. Before deploying, he falls in love with Erica and is forced to leave her behind, even as we learn she's pregnant with his child. It's a powerful tribute to the power of love, and it's now playing at the Poets' Den Theater in Harlem. And here now are the faces behind Soldier's Song. J.W. Cortez plays Jose. Christiana Little plays Erica. And to her right, Angelica Torn. She is the director. Thank you all for being here.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Igual.
So this story is more than just professional for you. It's personal as well, correct? Because you're not only a New Yorican, but you're also a veteran. True?
I'm also a veteran. It's pretty ironic. I mean, I don't want to get too superstitious, but the fact that this play is so similar to me in so many different ways is pretty remarkable.
What are some of those ways? So talk to me about where you served and when.
I served with the United States Marine Corps, the world's finest fighting force.
Wow.
You know? And nearly 13 years, and in 2003, I found myself in Iraq amongst many other fine Marines as the world watched. And that's really where it all started for me, this whole transitioning out of the Marine Corps and into this world of acting. So I did deploy, Jose deploys, and I love to act and sing, and Jose is an amazing, remarkable singer, songwriter.
And Christiana, from your point of view, this is a love story, but there are other aspects as well. Talk to me about a few that come into play.
For me, it's very much the journey that my character, Erica, goes on. Yes. It's sort of a coming-of-age story. So when she first meets Jose, it's right after she's graduated from college.
Okay.
And then throughout the story, she really becomes a woman. She falls in love for the first time. She has a child. So it's a really beautiful and universal story.
Okay. And I have to ask you, Angelica, because you're mostly an actress by trade, but now, is this your directorial debut?
It is, in New York City, yeah.
Okay.
I've done some stuff,
Congratulations.
more like ghost directing out of town for many years with friends and stuff
What
like
drew
that.
What drew you to directing?
Being asked.
Yeah, really?
Being asked,
okay.
Yeah.
What particular challenges has you come across?
Not getting on stage. Being able to stay off the stage.
Yes.
I've been around theater for so long, I like to say that I made my stage debut in my mother's womb. My mother was the actress Geraldine Page, and she was pregnant with me when she made her West End debut in the Actors Studio production of Three Sisters that Lee Strasberg directed. So I've been around theater my whole life, and so it's nice to be able to share what I know and not keep it all to myself.
Sounds like it's part of your DNA. I mean, it's part of your wiring. So let me ask you, JW, because you're also a New Yorican, right? I mean, born and raised here in the city?
Born and raised in Sunset Park, Brooklyn.
Wow, that is so good. You want to share with me, because I know, as a fellow New Yorican, the sacrifices that Puerto Rican men in particular make to serve in the military. It's much greater than percentage-wise than many other states, and these are men who don't even have a right to vote for president. Talk to me, does that play a role as part of this production?
I think so. I think so many of us want to do the right thing, or have seen maybe some of our fathers do the right thing, and at times maybe unsure of our footing within this society, that may be pulling us in so many different directions. And for me, the Marine Corps really gave me an outlet. It's sort of, I've always said, it kind of rescued me from myself, you know? And I think for so many Latinos who are looking for opportunities with education and just out of a bad situation, it has helped many thousands of us in that regard, you know?
Christiana, did the musical find you in this one, or did you find the musical, or a little bit of both?
In terms of like my emotional engagement, or just, I mean, I saw the audition on Backstage.
Okay. There you go. That's shooting straight. And you auditioned, obviously,
I auditioned,
and it went well.
And I had a fantastic feeling about it right away. Jim and Joanne, who you'll speak to in a moment, sent me some of the music to learn for my audition. And it was when I first heard the music that I knew I really wanted to be involved, because the music is so beautiful. It's almost like an old-fashioned Rodgers and Hammerstein musical with these universal themes, like you said, of love and war, very traditional story, a really beautiful story. And that was what initially drew me to it.
What makes this production, I'll ask you, Angelica, different? Because yes, they are traditional themes, but they're themes that have been covered before. How do you try and get over the hump of saying, all right, we got to make this different from the way it's been presented in the past?
Well, what my job is to uncover what's the core of the story, and not try to make it different, but try to make it as much of what it is.
And what's the core?
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
And there's really no need to make that a different story.
Yeah, love conquers
As long
all.
as you can go into the deepest part of what love really means and is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How difficult a challenge is that for you to convey? If that's the driving force behind this.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Give into it. It helps that we like each other.
You guys better like each other, right?
Yeah.
Now the chemistry is incredible.
Yeah, the chemistry is definitely there, and Angelica's been amazing beyond just keeping us in track with what the truth of what's really going on in the play. It is, and for me, yeah, I drew upon my experiences as a Marine, you know, the camaraderie that I learned in the Marine Corps, the leadership that I was shown in the Marine Corps, and then of course being Latino, we're very passionate, you know, and I want to make sure I bring that part of me into this, this character.
So you've got real world experience to which to grasp a hold of to help you put this together. Do you have some of the same that you can lean on to make your character come to life?
Well, yes, Erica is from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm from Austin, Texas. So the accent is slightly different.
Sure.
But still that sort of southern, bright-eyed thing.
Right.
And at the very beginning of the play, I meet Jose when I go into a salsa club in San Juan. And of course, as you're saying, you know, you really draw on your culture in that because he's in San Juan being this fantastic singer as JW is in real life.
Okay.
And I get to be a tourist like I would be in real life if I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay. So there is real life experience. I mean,
Absolutely.
You're not playing something that would be different for you in that
I think
sort of
Erica's
role.
someone I could be friends with, absolutely.
What do you hope the viewers would take away from this production? I'll start with you.
I hope that they are taken on a cathartic, emotional journey. It's a very emotional, very sweet story. And there's funny parts, just like in real life. There's funny parts and there's sad parts. But I hope that people leave just going, oh, wow, that touched my heart.
And are there, in your eyes, Angelica, real parts? I mean, I know it's a production and I know it's fiction, but do you think the viewer at home or sitting in the audience can watch it and say, all right, I can relate to that?
Yeah, all four characters are archetypes. They are very clearly drawn characters, very, very different from each other and very, very in tune with who a lot of us are. I think everyone can identify with at least one of the characters.
Before we let you guys go and bring the creators in here, JW, where's it playing and how can people get tickets real quick?
The Poets Den Theater, 309 East 108th Street. Go to soldierssongmusical.com.
Okay, good stuff. Way to go. Thank you guys very much.
so
We're going to
much.
talk to the creators behind it. And best of luck. I'm sure it's a good story that relates to a lot of us here.
Lots of fun.
When we come back, we'll talk to the creative minds behind Soldier's Song. Welcome back. We're talking this morning about a new musical on stage in East Harlem. It's called Soldier's Song, and joining us now are the creators, Joanne Lee Drexler-Cohen and Jim Cohen. And if I understand correctly, Joanne, you wrote the script and hubby wrote the songs and lyrics?
That's correct.
You guys
That's
are
absolutely right.
collaborators.
That's right.
Let me ask you, as the viewing audience is soaking this in right now, I think they might be surprised that it's Joanne and Jim Cohen who wrote Soldier Story, a romantic comedy that involves a Puerto Rican and New Yorican based somewhat in San Juan. What was the inspiration? Where did this come from?
Oh, listen, we've owned a home and have a million friends in Puerto Rico
So-
for more
so
than...
you're partly Puerto Rican.
Oh, we're absolutely honorary
Yes.
Puerto Ricanos, positively.
Que bueno,
For
okay, rice and
que
beans
bueno,
for everyone.
absolutely. So more than 30 years there, and love the music, the feeling, the culture we have, and wonderful friends, and a lot of things in the story are certainly the creative energy comes from there, for sure.
Has this been bubbling inside of you guys for how long?
Well, no, actually, Jim has written the music as just different songs for the last 4 years.
4 years.
And last year we were took a walk, and he had a big birthday coming up.
Okay.
I said, I think it would be nice to honor you by my writing a play for this.
Yes.
And
We could dramatize your songs.
No need-
We could
okay.
dramatize
Right.
your songs
So
by...
you said that.
And
he
I
said-
said, no, you'll never do it. You'll never get it. And she said, it'll be easy, all right?
Okay.
So,
All right. You pause. Let her finish here a second. After
Okay.
46 years of marriage, congratulations, recently celebrated.
Thank you.
So you went ahead and did this.
Right. I'm an appraiser. I appraise fine arts, furniture, antiques, and jewelry. But I did have a column for the Gannett chain for 6 years. And together we've recently written a book, Fabulous Finds, about the finds I've made as an appraiser. So I have written.
Okay.
But of course I never wrote a play before. And years ago when I was a kid, I acted. But that
Right.
stopped at age 18. So I really haven't anything more. But I sort of had an inspiration inspirational flash, and it just got this creative flash, and I wrote the play in a couple of days, and everybody liked it.
Did you surprise yourself? Did she surprise you?
Oh, she absolutely amazed me. I love the story. And it's, again, I'm a very serious lawyer as a profession, tax lawyer, but for this purpose, I went to music and art high school.
Yep.
I studied voice. I've done music one way or another, part-time all my life, and love music, and have written a bunch of songs, and she just came up with this sort of magical way to put them together. And they used a bunch of the songs. We ultimately I had to write quickly 3 more songs for the show. And,
well, let me ask you this. When you watch the production and you see JW and Christiana putting together the words and your lyrics and your songs and your script, what runs through your arms?
It's
your
a thrill.
hairs must stand on end.
We're always holding hands.
Right.
And it's a song about love, and we've been fortunate enough to be happily married for 46 years. And so many movies and shows talk about how unfortunate love is and how few people have it. And we have it, and we're fortunate enough to have many friends who also are in love. And we thought, wouldn't it be nice to make a show about the fact that you can stay in love?
And is their presentation everything, Jim, that you dreamed that you thought it would be?
No, it's way beyond anything that I ever dreamed. They are absolutely perfect for the part. Angelica Torn, who is a Broadway, as you've just heard, a Broadway basically it's in her in her DNA, as you said. She's done a spectacular job, and it's not only I mean it's a sensitive and sweet love story, but it also is a funny. There's a lot of fun.
We have a lot of funny songs
stuff
in there.
There's a song about the Blackberry Blues, you know, about how the guy is enslaved to this little monster.
To his little crackberry, sure.
And indeed it uses it one time and it says crackberry.
Well, congratulations to you both. We're almost out of time. Give me the theater. We're going to put it up on the screen to remind everyone where they can go to see the production. It's playing in East Harlem at the Poets Den. Is that correct? 309 East 108th Street. SoldiersSongMusical.com. Your debut, right? Musical? Are there? Do you have another one in you? Maybe.
Well, we actually have another one.
We actually have a
written.
children's musical we're working on.
All right. When that comes out, you let me know. And if it's got a Latino angle, we'll get you back here on Tiempo. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias. Thanks to you at home for being with us once again on Tiempo. If you missed any part of our show, you can watch it online at 7online.com. All right, that wraps up another edition of Tiempo. I'm Joe Torres. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and go out and see a play or a musical. Soldier Song. It's good.